Yo, it's cool times. Gang to my cats. Sup to all my ducks. It's your boy, the American Sniper, aka the Wesley Snipes of NFTs. And I'm getting breaking news right now. The NFT bull market is back. So let's find some bangers on OpenSea to invest in. Let's find the next projects to pump. And if you do that whole like, plus comment, plus subscribe thing, I think I have frog whitelist spots to give out to you guys today. All right, Sniper, so I was gonna start off with something safe, but actually I wanna start off with a risky degen play because I know you guys. You degen mint anything you see that has volume on OpenSea, so let's get into that grimy, dirty alpha first. 8-bit me currently sitting at a 1.77 floor price. This is either going to fly or it's going to tank. The owner to item distribution is terrible, so at any moment the whales could dump on us. Please don't dump on us, whales. Please don't do that. It seems a little tough to contextualize, understand why something like this is pumping. It's very pixelated, it reminds us of CryptoPunks, but this is a historical project, and historical projects like CryptoPunks, like crypto schools, tend to pump a little bit, especially if one man gets involved. And that man's name is Gary freaking V. Gary V, do something, please. The thing that makes 8-bit me historical is that they actually allowed people to make their own 8-bits, their own profile avatars in 2010. So while this wasn't on the Ethereum blockchain, it wasn't necessarily a non-fungible token, it's something that's been around for more than 10 years. I went onto Vimeo and I found a video from 11 years ago. So yeah, what started off as an app is now a non-fungible token. I like the historical element of it, but again, a lot of whales bought this at the cheap or minted cheap so they could dump on us at any moment. So let's talk about the Genesis weapons for Galaxy Fight Club. They're currently sitting at 0.073. Why would I be bullish on something like this? If I'm bullish on the Galaxy Fight Club ecosystem, which essentially is Super Smash Brothers for the NFT space, then I'm gonna need a cool sword. I'm gonna need a cool axe. I'm gonna need maybe a sniper? Is that alpha? Wait for it. Before the alpha? Who knows? But what I've heard about Galaxy Fight Club is they have tons of big partnerships coming up. I've read the tea leaves that the weapons are the most underpriced part of their collection right now. So I think it's a good time before the game launches in this month for us to hoard some of these weapons. So let's say you are bullish on the Galaxy Fight Club ecosystem and you believe in this team. I would go on to OpenSea and snipe some of these because the floor is really thin. Again, have conviction when doing this, but 0.073, you just go up, you know, you go down here and you're already touching a 2x within like 3 lines on OpenSea. There's some game theory here. You want specific type of weapons, few and far between, and the listings kind of easy for you to 2x off this. All right, so the next project I want to talk about is House Pets. There's been a lot of conversation about House. Is this a Ponzi scheme? They just keep dropping more NFT collections, more. They have the House Pets, which is your cheapest entry point into the House ecosystem. So if you are bullish on House, and they have been doing very well recently, this is your best way to get into that project right now. The House phases are sitting over 1 ETH right now. And then we all know about Muri by House. A lot of people really psyched about this project sitting at 0.8. So when you take into account those projects, the House Pets seem a bit undervalued. And if you want to take a step further, the alpha out there is that cicadas. This is their next project. So if you thought House Pets was going to be the little runt, the red-headed stepchild, the little brother of the project, well, you're wrong. It's actually going to be cicadas. So still under the radar right now, less than 5,000 followers. I definitely give this a follow. If this in fact is gonna be a part of the House ecosystem, I think it's a project you wanna be paying attention to. But let's say you got some of that Bezos bucks and you got some of that Musk money, you wanna make a little bit more of a play. You don't wanna make a degen play. Let's say you wanna make a good play for the future, for the long term, and you don't wanna have to be having sleepless nights like I do. Something to buy into or something to at least research is Essence right now, 0.8484 price, and it's coming from Fuck Render, who is one of the OG crypto native artists we have out there. If you have this Essence token, you can burn it to get one of his avatars, which the avatars I think eventually could be the most valued part of his ecosystem. The avatars have the best chance to blow up rather than the crystals or some of his one-of-one art, because avatar projects, as much as people say, oh, PFP projects are dead, the fact of the matter is this is something that galvanizes tens of thousands of people together. And having that free marketing with profile pictures is how projects pump. I'm more likely to invest in a project I see a ton of people posting and profile pictures than one-of-one art where it's just like a couple snobby collectors in their New York City apartments. So essence is at 0.84 right now. But if you look at the crystals are sitting at 0.168. And while these are going to allow users to participate in all future events and exclusive areas of the fuck renderverse, and it's kind of your access pass to everything fuck render, the truth of the matter is it's much cooler to have one of his avatars to buy the essence and burn it for an avatar than it is to have one of these crystals. While it looks great in your wallet, it's not something that's going to be emblematic and able to be shown off on Twitter. All right, I want to show you guys a couple safe plays right now because again, the bull market is going and it's only a matter of time before some of these projects actually blow up. So while I'm not giving you guys the alpha before the alpha on some of these projects, these are some of the smarter gigabrain plays to make right now. The first being DAO Darsols. Lots of great holders have this project. I'm doing a Twitter space with them later tonight with Creature World, co-hosting with Bento Boy. Definitely check into that one, 5 p.m. Eastern on my Twitter. But DAO Darsols is a project that huge whales in Doodles, Azuki, Bored Ape, a lot of real collectors have loaded up their bags with DAO Darsols, and I think we've seen somewhat of a local bottom, 0.62. It could drop a little bit lower than this, but I think this is a good entry point right in. You know, you're seeing the owner to item distribution get a little bit closer to being even, and I think it's a project that, again, this is a nice entry point, and if projects really start to rip in the next couple of weeks because of this bull run, DAO Darsols is definitely gonna go to 1 ETH. All right, this next project I called in the Only Snipers Discord. I called it at 0.13. I don't know, it's 0.478. I have no idea. Is that a good call? That might be a good call. I don't know. You tell me. But it's funny because a lot of people were fudding this project. Like everyone was fudding it because it was a Dutch auction. The minting process was really, really cool. Basically, you were able to pick all of the traits yourself. There were a finite number of traits. So if you were building your frenzies and then someone else used a trait at the same time, that trait went away in your toolbox. So it was kind of a fun game theory. You had to do it quick, but you kind of had to be thoughtful about it. It's a really fun user-generated experience. That's actually why I don't think the post-reveal dip will be as traumatic as we've seen in other projects, just because many of these people have created these avatars for themselves. Me personally, the avatars I created, I have like this special bonded connection with them. It's like my children, my NFT children. Oh my God. I love them so much and I don't want to list them for cheap. So I think while you should snipe the post-reveal dip, I'm hearing it's going to reveal this Saturday. So make sure to have your sniper rifles out like your Wesley Snipes, because Frenzies I think is on a rocket ship to 1 ETH. I know a lot of people were funding the project. Everyone was like, what even is Frenzies? Well, Friends With You is the art collective that created Frenzies, and they've sold millions of dollars in real art auctions at places like Christie's, Sotheby's, even been featured in Forbes. I mean, they've done immense things with their artwork. This is a team that I think didn't fully understand how to navigate the Web3 space, and so you know, that's a fair point to make. There were a couple hiccups and missteps on their road to minting this project out, but when you think about the value they're going to be add with IRL utility, it's a big bet, and a bet I would want to make, and I have made. You know what other project like secretly has been doing very well and just like held steady was Tubby Cats. It was actually one of the early calls I made in my Only Snipers Discord. I called it before mint. I said this project's gonna blow up. Still sitting at a 0.47 floor price here. Tubby Cats kind of remind me of Pudgy Penguins. I know that sounds like a weird comparison, but on crypto Twitter, crypto trading Twitter, the projects that have done really well, like the people who aren't necessarily in the NFT space but work in crypto, love Tubby Cats, and they loved the Pudgy Penguins when that launched back last year. It's held very well, and this is another one of those projects that if we go full-blown bull market, Tubby Cats is gonna seem like a steal. I can see it ripping up to 1 ETH. Okay, so this next project, Fuzzy Felons, I talked about in my video last week. Bullish on it. However, I'm much more in favor of the art and the detail of the art as opposed to the utility. The utility is basically we're gonna create a show and your character could be in the show. And a lot of projects do that, but it's like, I don't really give a fuck to watch your show on Vimeo or like YouTube. Remember when Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher launched their NFT project, Stoner Cats, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's gonna be a TV show. It's like, bro, the TV show got watched by like 20 people on a link in the Discord. Like, but the fact of the matter is the detail on some of these are really, really good. I mean, you can literally see like the little fuzziness, like bristle in the wind as they move. I mean, it's almost more detailed and a little bit more impressive than Invisible Friends. I know that sounds like, I can't believe he just said that. I just said that. invisible friends, cool 2D art, but this is 3D walking art. This is, Neil Armstrong had to walk so that Fuzzy Felons could run. That probably made no sense at all, but just go with me. Let's just, I like that Fuzzy Felons is like Sesame Street if it took a bunch of acid and started like buying tons of NFTs, like full degen Sesame Street, and I'm here for it.
What the fuck is an NFT?
So this was actually a free mint ghostly ghost, but the thing that's really cool about it is that it's omni-chain, which means you could have minted it on Solana or Avalanche and then transferred it over to ETH and you could transfer it back and forth. Why is this gonna matter in the future? Well, I'm just trying to work out some potential use cases for this for the future. And I'm wondering if you could take this Ethereum token and then transfer it to Solana or Polygon when you're using it in some sort of game, if you're buying consumables in the metaverse, which will make transactions a lot quicker and cheaper because you're not having to bid on ETH gas fees essentially. So this project is running right now, but because it's a first of its kind, I still think it's kind of early at 0.88. We're gonna see where it goes. I mean, the distribution from owners to items is not great, so it could easily be one of those things where people start offloading these, but there definitely is a historical aspect to it. You're certainly not buying it for the art, in my opinion. I don't love the art, but this is emerging technologies that could definitely be the first of its kind. You think about CryptoPunks being the first NFT really, then you think of Bored Apes being like the first big PFP. This could be the first big omni-chain project, and that could matter in the future. Oh yeah, before we go, make sure to go into FTX US because it's the cheapest place to buy crypto if you're gonna degen into some of these NFTs. Go down below, use my code. Sniper Gang is also FTX US gang. Woo! We did it. That was a long one. That was an alpha-packed video for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Giving out whitelist spots. Who doesn't like whitelist spots? I don't know, weirdos. Love you guys so much, but most importantly, what you need to do is say, gang, gang!